history. That's the goal of our next guest, who is organizing a rally today in defense of a statue of former President Teddy Roosevelt. The statue is set to be removed from outside the Museum of Natural History. The mayor backing the removal, saying, quote, "It explicitly depicts Black and indigenous people as subjugated and racially inferior. It is the right decision and the right time to remove this problematic statue." Joining me now is New York Young Republican Club President Gavin Wax. Gavin, what are you doing today, and why are you doing this?
Thank you for having me, Griff. Today, as you mentioned, my club, the New York Young Republican Club, will be leading a rally along with activists from across the 5 boroughs to demonstrate in defense of the equestrian statue of Teddy Roosevelt, which greets millions every year as they enter into the American Museum of Natural History, which is an institution that would not even be there today if not for the great work of our 26th president, who was an American patriot and icon. But Griff, make no mistake about it, this is about much more than just one statue. This is about a cultural revolution which is engulfing our nation. Leftist mobs across the country are seeking to destroy and erase American history, our traditions, our past, and they will do so under any guise, whether it's racial injustice or some other inequity in society. But we have to realize that this is really about one thing and one thing only: power, because those who control the past control the future, as we've seen throughout history, from revolutionary Jacobins in France to Nazi Germany to the Soviet Union to Maoist China. So our demonstration today, understanding it's just a small part of this fight, we are hoping to send a message to the silent majority, as it's called, across this country, that they should be silent no longer, and that we have a great history, a great legacy as a nation. It's not something to be ashamed of, it's something to be proud of. We should stand tall and defend it.
Gavin, you're giving me hope that your generation understands a critically important aspect of history and the role that it plays. But is the hypocrisy also recognized by your peers, insofar as Roosevelt was a explorer and outdoorsman, and perhaps the reason for that particular statue that the mayor calls problematic, but also the fact that Roosevelt played a role in founding that museum itself?
Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on, and the museum president claims they're removing it due to its quote-unquote hierarchical composition, which is just a fancy way of saying that Teddy Roosevelt is the focal point of his own statue, that he's the most prominent in his own statue. And as far as the figures flanking him, they're not depicted negatively. They're standing tall and proud, not subservient. But it doesn't matter how innocuous the statue is. The left will always find an excuse to take it down, to deface it, and to destroy it, and we need to stand up.
Gavin, just a few seconds left. Are you concerned for your safety? Have the threats been made against you for holding this protest, if you will?
Right. Well, luckily, so far, no. It is the daytime, and we know that these mobs are not fans of the sunlight. So, and we have a big crowd. We're expecting over 150 on last check, maybe more. So we have our numbers. We have history on our side, and we're not scared of the mob.
Be safe out there, Gavin, and look forward to seeing what happens. Check back in with us, if you will. Thanks, Gavin.
Thank you, Griff. Cheers.
All right. Up next, these